Roberto Clemente was a baseball legend and humanitarian who was on a mission of compassion when tragedy struck. On December 31, 1972, Clemente was flying from his homeland of San Juan, Puerto Rico, to Managua, Nicaragua, to deliver aid to those affected by a devastating earthquake that hit Nicaragua just days before. Sadly, his plane crashed, cutting short his life and heroic mission. Clemente left behind his wife, 3 children, and a legacy of kindness and generosity that continues to inspire. Known not only for his incredible talent on the field, but also for his commitment to helping others, Clemente became the first Latin American inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. His induction made him only the 2nd player in history to have the traditional 5-year waiting period waived, an honor that reflects the impact he had both in baseball and beyond. Now let's talk about how it all began, from Clemente's early days in Puerto Rico to his rise as one of baseball's greatest players in his last moments. As the youngest of his family, Clemente found his passion for baseball while playing in the streets of Carolina, Puerto Rico. When Clemente was just 14 years old, a local softball coach named Roberto Marin noticed his talent while he was playing baseball in his neighborhood, San Anton. Marin saw something special in the young Clemente and invited him to join the Celo Rojo team. For the next 2 years, Clemente played as a shortstop, honing his skills and gaining valuable experience. Clemente attended Julio Vizcarrondo High School in Carolina, where he didn't just focus on baseball, he was also a standout in track and field. He competed in events like the high jump and javelin throw, showing that his athleticism was beyond the baseball field. Clemente's talent in track and field was so impressive that he was even considered good enough to represent Puerto Rico in the Olympics. He later mentioned that his experience throwing the javelin played a big role in strengthening his arm, which became one of his most powerful assets in baseball. It also improved his footwork and release, key elements that helped him become such an exceptional outfielder. Despite his impressive skills in various sports, Clemente ultimately decided to focus on baseball. This decision would go on to shape him into one of the most iconic players in the history of the sport. By the time he was 18, he had already joined Puerto Rico's amateur league. He signed a contract with the team on October 9, 1952. However, in his first season, he was a bench player. It wasn't until the following season that he was promoted to the Cangrejeros starting lineup, where he hit .288 as the team's leadoff hitter. In 1954, Clemente's talent caught the eye of the Brooklyn Dodgers, who signed him to a professional contract after offering him $15,000, $10,000 bonus, and $5,000 league minimum salary. It was such an impressive amount for the time. However, the Dodgers sent him to the minor leagues for his first season. When Clemente was signed, there was a rule in Major League Baseball known as the bonus rule. This rule required teams to keep players who were given large signing bonuses on their major league rosters for a certain period, instead of sending them to the minor leagues to develop their skills. What this meant was that young players like Clemente were often thrown into the big leagues right away, regardless of whether they were fully ready, which put a lot of pressure on them. Because Clemente's signing bonus was more than $4,000, he was classified as a bonus baby, meaning he had to stay on the major league roster due to the bonus rule. This gave other teams a chance to notice his talent. Eventually, the Pittsburgh Pirates saw his potential and picked him up in the 1954 Rule 5 draft. Even though Clemente was later offered a deal twice as valuable by the Milwaukee Braves, he chose to stay true to his word and honor his commitment to the Brooklyn Dodgers. Following the advice of his parents, Clemente showed a deep sense of integrity and loyalty. However, signing with the Dodgers was just the beginning of a challenging journey. Shortly after, the team sent Clemente to play for the Montreal Royals in the International League during the 1954 season. Clemente faced additional challenges early in his career. Unlike many players, he didn't go through the usual steps in the minor league system, so he lacked the experience of his peers. This made his path to success even more difficult. On top of that, there were concerns within the Dodgers organization about having too many minority players on the field. The team worried that it might upset both white players and fans, adding another layer of pressure for Clemente as he tried to prove himself in a system that wasn't always welcoming. Despite Clemente's incredible achievements on the field, he faced constant challenges off it. Throughout his career, he built an impressive record of statistics, but the American media often mocked him for his strong Spanish accent, making it harder for him to be fully appreciated. As an Afro-Latino, Clemente also endured the harsh reality of double discrimination, being both a foreigner and black in a racially segregated society. He was treated differently because of his race and heritage, facing prejudice that went beyond the game of baseball. Throughout his career, Clemente was determined to be recognized by his true name. While the media and even some of his baseball cards tried to label him as Bob or Bobby, Clemente firmly rejected those nicknames, making it clear that his name was Roberto, and he wanted it to be respected. There was also confusion about his surname. For 27 years, the plaque at the National Baseball Hall of Fame mistakenly listed him as Roberto Walker Clemente, putting his mother's maiden name before his father's. It wasn't until the year 2000 that the National Baseball Hall of Fame corrected the mistake, changing his name on the plaque to the proper Latin American form, Roberto Clemente Walker. This correction, which was long overdue, finally honored his heritage the way he had always wanted, ensuring his name would be remembered accurately for generations to come. Clemente later shared with the press that he believed the Dodgers deliberately hid him in Montreal, a view that has since become the widely accepted explanation. During his time with the Montreal Royals, Clemente faced a tough challenge. He struggled to perform at his best because he wasn't given many opportunities to play. This lack of consistent playing time made it harder for him to showcase his true talent early on. After a tough start, Clemente finally got his big break when the Pittsburgh Pirates signed him in 1955. The Pirates had finished at the bottom of the National League in 1954, so they were eager to turn things around. Clemente made his major league debut with the team on April 1, 1955, and from that moment on, he spent his entire career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was the start of a remarkable journey that would define both his career and his legacy in baseball. Choosing the number 21 to represent each letter in his full name, Clemente played 18 incredible seasons with the Pirates. During his career, he achieved remarkable milestones. He joined the exclusive 3,000 hit club, maintained a .317 lifetime batting average, and won 4 batting titles. He also earned 12 Gold Gloves for his outstanding fielding, secured 2 World Series championships, and was honored with a National League MVP award. His achievements on the field attest to his exceptional talent and dedication. One announcer once described Clemente's outfield play as an epic poem, capturing the artistry and skill he brought to the game. Teammate Dick Groat went even further, saying that he was built like a Greek god, describing his impressive physical presence and athleticism. Beyond his impressive achievements on the baseball field, Clemente also served as a Marine. While most players were playing winter ball in Puerto Rico during the 1958 to 1959 off-season, Clemente chose to enlist in the United States Marine Corps Reserve. He dedicated 6 years to military service as an infantryman, demonstrating his commitment and discipline off the field as well. The tough conditioning and training from his military service helped keep Clemente in peak physical shape throughout the winter. Despite his commitment to the Marine Corps, which lasted until 1964, his performance on the field remained strong. However, when the Pittsburgh Pirates began their spring training for the 1964 World Series, Clemente faced a scheduling conflict between his baseball duties and military obligations. To resolve the scheduling conflict, the Pirates, with backing from former State Senator John M. Walker, requested U.S. Senator Hugh Scott to consider granting Clemente an early discharge from his military service. The aim was to allow Clemente to fully participate in the World Series and continue contributing to his team's success. During his time with the Pirates, Clemente met and fell in love with Vera Zabala, who was also from Puerto Rico. The couple married on November 14, 1964, in a wedding that felt like a national celebration. The streets were packed with thousands of people eager to see the procession. Together, Clemente and Vera had 3 children, Roberto Jr., Luis, and Enrique. Despite facing significant challenges early in his career, Clemente continued to shine. In his rookie year, he nearly had his career cut short by a serious car accident. Then, at the start of the 1965 season, he battled malaria. However, he bounced back strongly, and in 1966 he was named the National League Most Valuable Player. That year, Clemente achieved career highs with 29 home runs and 110 RBIs. He reached another major milestone on the final day of the 1972 season. Playing at Three Rivers Stadium against the Mets, he hit his 3,000th and final regular season hit. Beyond his incredible achievements on the field, Clemente was deeply committed to advocating for fair treatment of Latin American and Black baseball players. He took great pride in this role, using his platform to push for equality and respect. As his career drew to a close, Clemente shared his thoughts, saying, "My greatest satisfaction comes from helping to erase the old opinion about Latin Americans and Blacks." Luis Mayoral, a close friend of Clemente and a Spanish-language sportscaster, once said, "Roberto Clemente was to Latinos what Jackie Robinson was to Black baseball players. He spoke up for Latinos. He was the first one to speak out." Often called the Great One, Clemente dedicated much of his off-season to charity work and helping others. The 1972 off-season was no exception. During this time, Clemente returned to Puerto Rico, where he played winter baseball in the Puerto Rican League, gave baseball clinics to young players, and spent quality time with his family. And his commitment to his community and the next generation of athletes was just as strong as his passion for the game, making him a hero both on and off the field. After a devastating earthquake hit Nicaragua on December 23, 1972, Clemente quickly sprang into action, sending supplies to help those in need. Just 3 weeks earlier, he had visited Managua, the capital. However, troubling reports soon reached him. Relief supplies were being stolen by the Nicaraguan army, and the aid wasn't reaching the survivors. Determined to make sure the help got to the right people, he decided to personally accompany the next supply plane to ensure the aid reached those who needed it most. On December 30th, Clemente boarded a chartered Douglas DC-7 cargo plane, determined to deliver aid to the people of Nicaragua. Sadly, the plane had a known history of mechanical issues, and to make matters worse, it was understaffed with an insufficient number of flight personnel. Despite the knowledge, Clemente was focused on getting help to the survivors, a decision that would tragically lead to his untimely death. The flight was missing both a flight engineer and a co-pilot, and it was overloaded by at least 1,900 kilograms, 4,200 pounds. Shortly after takeoff, tragedy struck. The plane's engine failed, causing it to crash into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Isla Verde, Puerto Rico. Clemente, along with the crew, lost their lives in the crash. A search and rescue mission led by the USCGC Sagebrush was launched immediately after the crash. A few days later, the body of the pilot and part of the plane's fuselage were found. Sadly, Clemente's body was never recovered. The only personal item of his that was found was an empty flight case. Clemente's Pirates teammate and close friend, Manny Sanguillen, was so devastated by the loss that he personally dove into the waters where the plane had crashed, hoping to find Clemente. Despite his efforts, the bodies of Clemente and the 3 others on board the plane were never recovered. Clemente was officially pronounced dead at the age of 38, marking the end of a remarkable life and career. In the years following his death, countless schools, hospitals, parks, and baseball fields have been named in his honor. Pittsburgh's PNC Park even features a right field wall that stands 21 feet tall, a nod to Clemente's iconic number 21, which the Pittsburgh Pirates retired in his memory. Montreal Expos pitcher Tom Walker, who was playing Winter League ball in Puerto Rico at the time, had been helping Clemente load supplies onto the plane. Initially, Walker planned to join Clemente on the flight, but Clemente, knowing Walker was young and single, urged him to go enjoy New Year's Eve instead. He asked Walker not to come along. Just a few hours later, Walker returned to his condo to the devastating news that the plane carrying Clemente had crashed. A piece of news that left him devastated and changed the course of his life forever. In a 2002 interview for ESPN's Sports Century documentary series, Clemente's widow, Vera, made a shocking revelation. She shared that Clemente had told her on several occasions that he believed he was destined to die young. During the All-Star Game activities in July 1971, broadcaster and future Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn asked Clemente when he would achieve his 3,000th career hit. Clemente's response was emotional but prophetic. "Well, you never know. If I'm alive, like I said before, you never know because God tells you how long you're going to be here, so you never know what can happen tomorrow." Indeed, his words reflected his deep awareness of life's uncertainty and the unpredictability of the future. Clemente's legacy endures through the Roberto Clemente Foundation, which continues to inspire others to give and serve as he did. Clemente once shared his 3 life goals with a former military training officer to show that he was committed to making a positive impact in the world. His first goal was to be part of a World Series championship team, a dream he achieved with the Pittsburgh Pirates. His second goal was to win a batting championship, which he accomplished multiple times. His third and most personal goal was to build a recreation center in San Juan, Puerto Rico, to provide a positive space for young people in his hometown. His commitment to his community reflected his desire to make a lasting difference beyond the baseball field. In addition to achieving his 3 life goals, Clemente was posthumously inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame just months after his death. He became the first Latino player to receive this honor and joined Lou Gehrig as one of the only 2 players ever to be elected without having to wait the standard 5 years after retiring. On March 20th, 1973, the Baseball Writers Association of America held a special election for the Hall of Fame. In light of the tragic circumstances surrounding Clemente's death, they decided to waive the usual 5-year waiting period. Clemente was posthumously elected into the Hall of Fame, receiving 393 out of 424 votes, which amounted to 92.7% of the total. The unprecedented election was a mark of respect and admiration for his contributions to baseball and his lasting impact on the sport. A few months after Clemente was elected to the Hall of Fame, the Pittsburgh Pirates retired his number 21 on April 6, 1973. It was done in honor of his incredible contributions to the team and the sport, and to ensure that his legacy would be remembered by future generations of fans and players. There have been calls for Major League Baseball to retire number 21 across all teams, similar to how Jackie Robinson's number 42 was retired league-wide in 1997. However, this idea has faced opposition from the Robinson family, who has expressed their desire to keep Robinson's legacy unique and distinct. In 1999, Clemente was ranked number 20 on the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest baseball players. It was a significant honor that marked him as the highest-ranking Latin American and Caribbean player on the list, as well as recognized his extraordinary impact on the game. Later in 1999, Clemente was nominated as a finalist for the Major League Baseball All-Century team, further cementing his status as one of the game's all-time greats. In 2020, he was also ranked number 40 on the Athletics Baseball 100 list, which was compiled by sports writer Joe Poznansky. To honor Clemente's memory, the Roberto Clemente Award is given annually to a baseball player who exemplifies humanitarian effort and demonstrates a deep commitment to helping others, just as Clemente did throughout his life. In the final years of his life, Clemente lived by the mantra, "If you have a chance to make life better for others and fail to do so, you are wasting your time on this earth." Roberto Clemente may not have been the absolute best player in baseball history, but there's no question that no one else was quite like him, both on and off the field. His remarkable talent, character, and commitment to others have made him one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. Even though many years have passed since his death, Clemente's legacy remains deeply etched in the hearts and minds of not only Hispanic communities, but also baseball fans worldwide. His impact transcends time and continues to inspire generations. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to hit that like button. Remember to share and subscribe for more videos.